When we say mobility in relation to the human body, what we really mean is moving joints, muscles, and all the associated connective tissue through its full range of motion. So it's a little bit different from flexibility, which specifically applies to our kind of muscular system and stretching of muscles. So that would be a flexibility maneuver, but that would be a mobility maneuver because I'm moving the joint and focusing on the joint as being the thing I'm trying to move through its full range of motion. And it is a fantastically important thing. The human body's meant to be really mobile pretty much everywhere in your body. You want to think about trying to maximize how much you can move that area without getting pain or discomfort, and you want to focus on trying to get that area to be really, really strong. But in terms of order, building really solid, great mobility through your whole body is a very good first step to regaining fitness. Because you can't get strong around a joint that's dodgy, that's stiff or sore or inflamed or swollen. There are just reflexive systems in your body that stop the muscles around that cranky joint from working so hard. So it's called your arthrokinetic reflex, but it is a really good reason to think that starting with lots of great mobility work is an important first step. Now, different people come with natural assets genetically and developmentally from what they've done as a kid. And if you are naturally very, very bendy and you can easily touch your toes and you don't need to stretch much to warm up and get your body ready for activity, you probably don't need to do as much mobility training as somebody who's naturally strong and powerful by genetics and development, but their body isn't necessarily as stretchy, so they're going to need a bit more of it. But the point is that even if you're dead bendy, you probably still have areas that you don't actually move very well. And if you regard yourself as super flexible, then picking around things like your spinal and your joint mobility might be where you're going to find the best work. Because the other point to make about mobility training is any area of your body where you have perfectly good mobility, kind of practicing that over and over again isn't going to be that useful. So if we've got full mobility of, say, a knee joint, we're then going to start to get interested in its loaded mobility. So can I express the same level of movability when the system is under load? And as we free up full mobility, we want to think about showing that we've still got our full range of motion as we start to put more load onto that movement. So initially a knee needs to be able to bend like this, and then it needs to be able to bend like this, and then it needs to be able to bend like this, and then it needs to be able to bend like that. And all of those have good elements of mobility in them, but you can see they're going from something that's really easy through to something that really is a form of strength training, but it is still moving the tissue through its full range of motion. So mobility is a pretty fuzzy term, but what we're really talking about is trying to free up your system so there are no unnatural and unnecessary restrictions in your movement systems.